Joshua versus Dubois for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World on the September the 21st in Wembley Stadium. This is a fight that a lot of people have been intrigued in for years now since Daniel Dubois turned pro. Let's look at their previous performances because you're only as good as your last fight. Let's start with Joshua, who fought Francis Ngannou in March. It was a calculated and clinical performance from AJ from start to finish. He was able to do everything to negate Francis Ngannou, and he made him look like a real amateur in there. He tied him up when he needed to, and the moment Francis Ngannou turned southpaw, bam, he paid the price. AJ hit him with a straight textbook 1-2, and down he went with a clean headshot. In round two, it was similar. There was plenty of feints from AJ. Confidence. He was pulling the trigger. He was setting him up with that jab, feinting to the body, and then when the opportunity presented itself for him to land that killer headshot, which is the shot, in my opinion, that actually ended Ngannou, because he got up off of adrenaline and been in a fight. But the first knockdown in round two is the one that ended the fight for me. It was such a flush and clean punch, which Daniel Dubois needs to be careful of because he's susceptible to getting hit with that right hand, as we saw against Filip Hrgović. We're going to see in a moment where AJ lands that big punch to drop Ngannou. That one is the punch that Daniel Dubois has to look forward to defending against, because it's a dangerous punch and he won't see it coming. There's a lot of speed and venom in that punch. Daniel Dubois, career best performance against Filip Hrgović. He's coming out into his own now. He's had 2 good wins. And to be fair to him, he's had a really good 12 months. That loss against Usyk, he done well in it, but he lost. Jerome Miller, a lot of people picked him to lose. Hrgović, a lot of people picked him to lose. One thing about Dubois, though, in this fight that worries me is he eats too many right hands early on. And if Hrgović was able to land them shots and he's nowhere near as accurate or as quick as AJ or hits as hard as him, what's going to happen when AJ lands that straight right hand, that straight 1-2 on Dubois' head? Dubois also has a really funny way of holding his hands. They're a little bit out wide, so he kind of leaves his chin exposed. You know what else that means? AJ is going to be able to land them uppercuts as well as the rights, the straight rights. And we know AJ's got a devastating left hook. Povetkin will tell you all about that. So Dubois needs to be careful and he needs to come in fast. But we know Daniel Dubois got a crazy work rate for a guy his size. He's really fit. He punches hard himself. He's young. He's athletic. But can he deal with the experience of AJ as well as AJ's athleticism as well? AJ is probably the faster man. Their punching power is probably similar. But obviously AJ has a variety of shots that he can hurt Dubois with. The uppercut, left hook, right hook. Jab, AJ's jab alone, the 1-2s. We know Daniel Dubois got a good jab and he's got a solid jab, but he's a lot slower than AJ. He's a lot more predictable and readable in what he does. How do I see this fight playing out? I see Anthony Joshua having some success in the early rounds, but I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Dubois comes out and goes at him like a train because he's got nothing to lose. A lot of people are picking Joshua to knock out Dubois with quite ease. He may come out and start off fast to prevent them straight right hands landing on him, so frequently. Bottom line is it's going to be the cornermen who win the fight. And we know Ben Davison's team are masters at putting out tactics, etc. for their man to follow, and their fighters execute it to a T. AJ, we've seen him probably in the best form of his career. And this is a fight that he's been there, done it before. He's won the title. He's headlined at Wembley. A lot of things are going to play into into AJ's advantage in this fight. Dubois is young. He's raw. He's hungry. He's powerful. He can hurt AJ as well. Never say never. But do I see him getting the job done? Not necessarily. What I see happening is AJ having success early on and looking to land the straight 1-2. Or maybe trying to confuse Dubois. I feel like there's going to be body work from AJ early on, actually. AJ is going to look to attack Dubois' body because Dubois' team are obviously going to work on head movement, set him up for that headshot to land. And when that headshot opening comes, AJ will take it and he will capitalize on it. Ngannou had a tough chin. We saw what happened to him. I see AJ going for Dubois' body early on and then landing a left hook to finish him, a devastating left hook.